Hello and welcome to Business Connections, presented by the Dayton Area Chamber of Commerce. I'm Jessica Wagner. Today in the Dayton region, the unemployment rate continues to hover around 4%. And while that's really good news for job seekers, it poses an extra challenge for our employers in both trying to hire new talent and retain the talent that they have. In fact, each year when we survey our Dayton Area Chamber of Commerce members, they rank finding and retaining skilled workers as their top concern every year. With that in mind, that's why the Chamber, along with officials and leaders in human resources, talent management, and legal compliance share best practices at our annual event, now rebranded as Talent 360. It's coming up on Tuesday, March 31st. And with me today, I have a couple of folks who help us plan this event. It's in partnership with the Miami Valley Human Resource Association, and a couple of their board members are here to talk about one of those sessions coming up. So I'd like to welcome Joni Krein, Manpower of Dayton, and Matt Bakota of Aman, Mahan, and Fury. Thank you guys for being here.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Joni, let's start with you. I mentioned the unemployment number at the top of the show. What does that mean for employers who have lots of jobs to fill?
Employers are definitely feeling the talent shortage crunch, and so they have some options. They can buy talent, which is what most employers think about. They could borrow talent, or build their talent pool that they have, or they can bridge the talent pool. So we could start with buying talent, which is expensive right now. And in order to do that, I think employers have to really understand what employees are looking for to be competitive.
Yes, and talking about what they want, not only salary, but also what they want in terms of kind of the culture or maybe some workplace flexibility. So that's key. And we know that this puts a lot of pressure on folks who work in HR or just general talent managers. So Matt, I want to turn to you now. Talk a little bit about the Miami Valley Human Resource Association and how you guys kind of help those hiring folks.
Sure, we have a lot of resources for employers, so I'll just try to provide a few examples. One's our online jobs board, where employers can post open jobs, mainly in HR or related departments. We also have monthly luncheons and an online community where members and non-members can connect and share problems, strategies, and solutions. Those same resources are also sources of accredited presentations and other materials on topics like hiring and retention. And we have partnerships with many local organizations like the Chamber, and we're working on these issues with those other organizations. The most help comes from joining MVHRA, but we're a community-focused organization, and so a lot of these things are accessible even to non-members.
Yeah, that's great. And you guys are connected to the larger sort of national organization, SHRM, which is great because they can also help provide some key resources or best practices, things like that. That's great.
Correct.
I want to switch a little bit and dive into one of the topics that you guys are hosting, moderating a panel, Joni. I'll bring this question to you. Navigating the skills revolution, specifically in manufacturing. It's really changed. I think all of us know that in the last 20 years or so, and it continues to change. Can you explain a little bit about what that means for hiring managers and just HR folks?
Sure. Over the last 50 years, manufacturing has been changing dramatically. And so recently, we've seen the shift just accelerate so rapidly. So employers are looking to decide how to build the workforce that they have today. They can buy it, but we know that the talent pool is very slim. And so one of the most effective ways is to build their existing talent pool and upskill employees so that they can get the training and the education that they need to fulfill the jobs of the future.
That's great. And I think what's also important for folks who are interested in attending this event is this panel. I mean, you're having real employers here in Dayton. These aren't consultants. These are actual HR folks that hopefully can provide some real world examples or strategies that could work for attendees. So we've been talking about kind of skills as it relates to manufacturing, but let's broaden that out and talk to about soft skills, which is kind of the hot topic, buzz term. What are you hearing from HR people in regards to soft skills?
Communication, teamwork, leadership, adaptability, those continue to be the hot soft skills that people want. And so employers can decide if that's something that they need to hone in on in the interview, and they can do that through their style of interviewing questions. They could do that through assessments, but those are the things that are going to help them propel their organization forward. If they're doing that with their internal workforce, they need to assess what skills their folks have right now and then decide if they want to partner with a vendor to help improve those skills or put them through some leadership or management training to help them improve.
Yeah, that's some great advice. And it sounds like, from what we've talked about, HR folks are just busy. I mean, it does not slow down, and there's kind of a lot of balls in the air that they have to juggle beyond just sort of payroll and leave. Matt, I want to go to you briefly and talk about conflict management. That's something that we're going to touch on at the Talent 360 event with the Dayton Mediation Center. But conflict management is really just a small part of the overall workplace culture. So can you talk a little bit about building respectful yet productive working relationships?
Well, I'm a management side employment lawyer, so I tend to view this from the employer's perspective. And I think respectful and productive relationships come about when employers set out clear policies and expectations and then communicate those and enforce those in a professional manner. I think people tend to be more productive, including at work, when they know what's expected of them and they have some basic ground rules for how they can go about meeting those expectations. I think the more uncertainty there is, the more potential there is for conflict. So I'm not necessarily saying that all employers need 100-page employee handbooks, or policies on absolutely everything. But I do think clear workplace policies and expectations go a long way to reducing the day-to-day conflict. Now, when it comes to employees eating other people's lunches or personality conflicts between employees, I'll defer to the folks at the Dayton Mediation Center and see what they have to say at the upcoming forum, but I think it'll be great.
Yeah, it's funny you mentioned communication, because that's what you talked about, some of those soft skills where we talk about what internally do your folks need, maybe some coaching on communication, and that's big when it comes to conflict resolution or just management and setting those clear expectations. Anything else you guys want to share about this upcoming event? What you're looking forward to, anything like that?
It's been a good event for several years now, and it seems to be growing. So we're excited to be a part of it, and we appreciate you getting us involved.
Yeah, we're happy to have you guys on board, because you all are the experts, have your ear to the ground, kind of hear what these hot topics are, and so we can better educate our employers. So thank you so much for being here. Joni Krein with Manpower of Dayton and Matt Bakota with Almond, Mahan, and Furry. And thank you again for being here. If you want to register for this event, please go online to daytonchamber.org and click on the Events tab. You can also find out more by all of our social media pages. Just follow us on Twitter, YouTube, LinkedIn, Instagram, and Facebook. I'm Jessica Wagner. That's it for this episode of Business Connections. But first, a message from our President and CEO, Phil Parker.
Whether you refer to your business needs as talent, or workforce, or workers, human capital, or any other of many names for the demand for skilled employees, we're all still talking about the same important subject: people with work skills. Whether you're in the Dayton area, Cincinnati, Columbus, Dallas, or even Seattle, every one of our nation's towns, cities, and regions are all experiencing the same issue: a lack of skilled workers needed to help our businesses keep up with the demands of a global economy. Your region's Chamber of Commerce collaborates with a number of valuable partners in the area, trying to focus our attention and resources on how to build a better 21st century workforce. Today's program focuses on our 2020 Talent 360 program, once referred to as our HR Forum. But this program is much more than coaching job talent and soft skills. This program is designed to look at all the needs of employers in attracting, educating, training, motivating, and retaining their workforce talent. We hope you've enjoyed today's program and its look at our 2020 Talent 360 program, to be held on Tuesday, March 31st. If you or a colleague would like to attend, we encourage you to contact the Dayton Area Chamber of Commerce at 937-226-1444, or better yet, register on the Chamber's website at www.daytonchamber.org. Our goal is to help you grow your company's business, and a great workforce makes great companies.